Hi, how are you? Nice to see you again. All right, let's see. What story are we reading today? Huh, how about Little Red Riding Hood? Let's see. Little Red Riding Hood. You know what? This book is really heavy on my head, but that's okay. Are you ready? Let's start. Once upon a time, there was a little rabbit. This book is all about rabbits. Who always wore a bright red cloak with a hood. So this is a little different than Little Riding Hood that we know because this one is a rabbit. Her name was Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood and her mother packed a basket full of good things to eat. They filled it with her grandmother's favorite foods, like fresh picked carrots, orange blossom honey, and homemade breads and tarts. Please take this basket straight to your grandmother's house, her mother said. Little Red Riding Hood nodded her head as her mother helped her put on the red cloak. Her mother tied a beautiful bow under her chin, as only she could do. Then, with a kiss on the forehead, her mother sent Little Red Riding Hood off through the woods to Grandma's house. Little Red Riding Hood hadn't gone so far when a wolf leaped out from the trees. "Where are you going?" he asked. "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," said Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf looked at her basket. "A picnic?" he asked. "It's not a picnic," said Little Red Riding Hood as she held the basket close. "It's a basket for my grandmother. Now please excuse me so I can take it to her." She told him everything. The wolf sniffed the basket. "No flowers? I would never visit my grandmother without a big bunch of flowers. Perhaps you should stop and pick some. You wouldn't want to let her down, would you?" Little Red Riding Hood thought that was a good idea. She picked buttercups and daisies while the wolf ran down the path toward her grandmother's house. Grandmother was rocking in her favorite rocker, mending her favorite apron. She hummed a little tune as she worked, so she didn't hear the door creak open. Grandmother also paid careful attention to her needlework, so she didn't see a big, hairy wolf sneak into the house and into the closet. "Grrr!" snarled the wolf as he sprang from the closet. "Oh my!" cried Grandmother. "You look tasty," said the wolf. Grandmother jumped up from her chair and knocked over the table. She ran out of the house as fast as she could. The wolf looked through Grandma's closet and found her nightcap, gown, and some glasses. He put them on, leaped into bed, and pulled the covers up over his nose. Little Red Riding Hood arrived a few minutes later. "Grandmother, are you home?" she called from the open door. "In here, my little dumpling," said the wolf softly. Little Red Riding Hood hurried inside. "Grandmother, what big ears you have," she said. "All the better to hear you with," said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood thought her grandmother sounded funny. She leaned in a bit closer to hear her better when she saw the eyes. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have," said Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to see you with," said the wolf. Then the wolf slowly pulled down the covers from his face. But grandmother, said Little Red Riding Hood, what big teeth you have! All the better to eat you with, growled the wolf as he jumped off the bed. You are not my grandmother, said Little Red Riding Hood. Why, you're the big bad wolf from the forest. What have you done with my grandmother? The wolf chuckled. You will never find out. That's what you think, said someone behind them. Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf looked up. There was grandmother, and she was standing in the doorway with a big, strong lumberjack. The wolf chuckled again. One old lumberjack can't catch a quick and smart wolf like me. The wolf leaped toward the bedroom window, but he didn't get very far. Little Red Riding Hood grabbed the wolf's tail while grandmother snatched up her nightcap and pulled it down over the wolf's eyes. The lumberjack picked up the wolf and carried him off to the bank of the river. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother followed close behind. The lumberjack set the wolf on a big log. He pushed the log into the water and the wolf quickly sailed down the river, not to return again. He doesn't look so big in the middle of that wide river, said grandmother. He doesn't look so bad when he's so far away, said Little Red Riding Hood. And he doesn't look like he'll be coming back anytime soon, said the lumberjack as the wolf floated out of sight. With the wolf safely gone, everyone went back to the house and enjoyed the food in the basket. As grandmother sipped some tea, she smiled at Little Red Riding Hood. You are very brave, my dear, and I am proud of you. I am glad I am your grandmother. The end. Such a heavy book, especially on one hand. I hope you enjoyed the story, Little Red Riding Hood. And we're going to meet again tomorrow for another story, another bedtime story. Now, before I forget, what do I like to tell you? I like to tell you, you are amazing and I love you. You are smart, you are lovable, you can do anything you want to do, and you can be anyone you wish to be. You're gonna grow up to have a great and wonderful future. I love you, I love you, I love you. All right, but don't go away yet. Why? Because we still need to sing together, remember? So let's sing together. And I hope this time it will go flawlessly from the first time. But you know what? That's fine too. Let your love shine on, for you are the stars in the sky. Let your love shine strong until the day you fly. Let your love shine on, for you are the stars in the sky. Let your love shine strong until the day you fly. All right. Now, that's not my song, that's just the song I love. Thank you very much for being with me today on another night of the Storytime Nights. And I wish you a wonderful night. Sleep tight, sweet dreams, and remember, I love you this much, and I'm proud of you already. Have a good night.